I just wanted to get a sense from you, just how big a problem is this whole issue around ATM fraud, credit card fraud, debit card fraud, mobile banking fraud?
I would say it's a major challenge in East Africa. And just to quote analysis or some data that already is out, we are seeing that in the year 2010, around 3 billion Kenya shillings was lost through ATMs, crime, fraud, as well as card. And when you look at the figures, actually improved or increased very, very marginally compared to 2009, which means that in a month, the banks were losing 245 million Kenya shillings. And it's out of this that cybersecurity, through stakeholders, experts, and also partners, including solution providers, that we decided to organize a forum where we can put all these people, including the banks, to address this issue.
Sammy, what is the problem here? Sammy, can I just interrupt you there? Just what is the problem here? Is it an issue of the banks not devoting enough resources to combat this, or is it a question of sophisticated criminals who are able to outthink, if you like, the banking industry?
Absolutely, I'll say one, we have a very sophisticated crimes syndicates that we have, as well as also the banks not implementing the required standards or solutions to cater for these crimes.
Right.
And we've seen that, for example, I'm given from a survey we have already done, most of the ATMs here are not fitted with anti-skimming devices that will help the banks here to actually track when someone is using the, for example, skimming devices to install in the ATM so that he can get some information from the card holders. So out of this, that is one of the problems that some of the banks, they are not implementing the required standards, which is one major challenge. And also we have international sophisticated people who are flying in from other different countries, and the huge crimes or the people who are doing these crimes are especially coming from Bulgaria. And the problem is here most of us or most of the banks are not aware of it until the crime is committed. So I would say this is both the banks not implementing the required devices or standards, for example, PSIs, DSS compliance.
Yeah, and in terms of these frauds, which is the most predominant? Are we talking ATM fraud here, or is it the credit cards and the debit cards, or are we talking here just the mobile money industry perhaps, which is still growing, and therefore perhaps the security systems are not as perhaps where they should be?
The major challenge that I would say that we have in is through the ATM and the use of skimming devices.
Right.
So that is the major challenge that I would say we have.
So what needs to be done to get things up to scratch? How much is required to try and make sure that this is obviously eliminated?
One thing that through this forum we are advocating, one is the compliance with the DSS. The other solution is equipping our ATMs systems with anti-skimming devices. And we had actually got a lot of suppliers of anti-skimming devices, one being TMD anti-skimming solution provider from Netherlands, who actually shared a lot of information on how that equipment can be deployed into the ATM and how it can help to curb this crime.